All right, everybody, Happy New Year. Before we dive into today's show, I want to make sure that you know that over at Equilife, we are committed this year to making sure that this is the year you achieve the results you're looking for. So whether it be wellness, body transformation, anti-aging, you name it, anything related to the health in both mind and body, we would love to be there to help you. So head on over right now to stevencabral.com/shop. That'll send you over to Equilife. And right now on the site, you will see there are over 100 products and protocols, all marked down 30%. That means you're going to be able to save 30% on your first month subscription. You choose whatever you believe will help you get that much closer to your goals. Let us know how we can help right in at cabralsupportgroup.com. You can message us, but again, we are going to be there for you. Let us know how and save 30% all this week by heading on over to stevencabral.com/shop. Now, enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified Doctor of Naturopathy, Dr. Stephen Cabral, shares with you exactly how you can reverse aging, take back your health, and live a life full of energy and passion, with new 20-minute episodes every single day to keep you healthy and engaged. Now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hey everybody, we are back. Brand new show here today on the Cabral Concept. Excited to get into episode 2888. Today's going to be on a new study that I just read. So this literally just came out. It looks about 19 days ago is when I first saw it. And it was actually called in the article, "One identical twin went vegan while the other didn't. See what happened." So I actually want to share with you not just the article, which is great. It's a nice breakdown of what actually happened and the big takeaways, but I also want to take you through the JAMA-based research. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to link that up for you today at stevencabral.com/2888 so that you can go through it yourself as well. But we're going to go through the article title of the research is Cardiometabolic Effects of Omnivorous versus Vegan Diets in Identical Twins. So one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this actual study to you first is that it was fairly well done. It really was. And here's what it looked at. It looked at their, let's call it good cholesterol, bad cholesterol, their blood sugar levels, and their overall weight loss, weight gain. But not only that, they actually looked at a healthier version of a vegan diet and a healthier version of a paleo diet or more omnivore-based diet. Now, I'm not saying they were perfect to any stretch of the imagination, but what I want to share with you is this. It was a better controlled study, better done. And I think that there was some great research taken on both sides. So let's go through it right now. And the author of the article is, so we give credit where credit's due, Sandy Lamotte. All right, so just again, want to give credit where credit's due. And I'll link everything up at 2888. So healthy twins who ate a vegan diet for 8 weeks had lower bad cholesterol, which is low density lipoprotein, or LDL. Their overall cholesterol was better. They better balanced their blood sugar levels, and they experienced greater weight loss than siblings who ate a diet of meat and vegetables, a new study found. Now, again, before you go and attack the messenger, I'm just the messenger here, and I'm not even saying that this is the right diet to do. This is a short-term study. All right, and it was done for 8 weeks, and they give some excerpts at the end as to why this might not be the best long-term diet. But short-term, I want to share with you, again, if we keep an open mind, we can learn, what can we learn from this? Maybe we don't go all in on vegan, but maybe we move more plant-based. I want to share with you why. The reason why is always really important. So there was a 10% to 15% drop in LDL cholesterol, a 25% drop in insulin, which is basically a marker for blood sugar, because as your blood sugar rises, insulin floods into the bloodstream from the pancreas to pull the glucose back into the cells or tissues. All right, and there was a 3% drop in body weight in just 8 weeks, all by eating real food without animal products. Okay, so this was done, let's see, the leading researcher was Christopher Gardner, research professor of medicine at Stanford Prevention Research Center in Palo Alto, California. So let's go over this. Again, why I thought the study was much better done than typical is they used real food. And what they looked at was saying, how can we take healthy paleo-based foods and healthier vegan-based foods and make it into a clean diet for 8 weeks. And it was also done with identical twins. The reason why that matters is that we are literally looking at the same genetics. And so this is a much better head-to-head than any other cohort that you could use or two groups of people. Okay, so the diet with more, I'm using this in quotes again, the diet with more unsaturated fat relative to saturated fat, more whole grains relative to refined grains, fewer calories, more fiber in vegetables, and less cholesterol resulted in a more favorable cardiovascular disease risk profile than the comparison diet. The study was unusual because it was done with genetically identical twins, most of whom shared similar lifestyle behaviors, including haircuts and even clothes. The twin study design is elegant because it largely controls genetic and environmental factors that may influence the trial results. All right, and this was actually, that was out of Harvard School of Public Health. Okay, let's go over, they went through the different challenges, and here is what they used. So they feel like a lot of people who do a vegan diet think, oh great, soda is vegan and pancakes are vegan, so I'm just going to basically eat those. And so what they really try to do is stay away from ultra-processed grains and instead introduce some foods that were certainly healthier. So let me give you what some of them ate. Strawberry and almond oatmeal. So they would have a bowl of oatmeal in the morning, and they would dice up some strawberries, put some almonds in it. Another one was cinnamon on top of oatmeal and some blueberries, right? So you might think, oh, these are super high glycemic foods. Well, again, let's look at the data. Let's look at the studies. They did a tofu scramble with a plant-based breakfast sausage. Again, it's not that I'm saying that a plant-based breakfast sausage is necessarily healthy, especially if it's fake meat. I'm not saying that. I'm just sharing with you the study, okay? Then they did chickpeas with quinoa with some spinach. They did a black bean bowl with some tofu. They did buffalo beans with cauliflower. They did some chipotle lime cauliflower with some plant-based chicken. They did lentils and herb roasted potatoes. They did chickpeas, carrots, broccoli, coconut with tofu, curry brown rice. Those were some of the meals. So you can kind of get a list for it. So it looks like they use a fair amount of tofu. They use some meat-based alternatives. Again, I'm not all in on those. I'm just sharing the study. And they also used chickpeas, beans, lentils, oatmeals for breakfast, a lot of veggies, quinoa, and some brown rice. Okay, so again, a traditional, healthier, plant-based diet. I would say minus the fake meat, but I don't also know what they were. I mean, maybe they were black bean alternative chicken sausages. Maybe they were something like that. They weren't just lab-based made. Okay, so the vegetarians or the vegan-based diet got more fiber and less saturated fats. And what they feel is that the bulk from the vegetables, more veggies, and less saturated fat with the more fiber improved their cholesterol profiles, their insulin, their blood sugar stabilization, as well as the weight loss. Okay, the omnivores ate egg whites with turkey or turkey bacon and Brussels sprouts like as a breakfast. They did a mushroom and spinach frittata. They did chicken fajita scramble with zucchini, squash, and tomatoes. They did a sunny side up egg with asparagus and tomato. They had chicken with Yukon potatoes and brown rice. They had, let's say, steak with veggies and rice. Barbecue chicken with broccoli and quinoa. They did burger with kale and jasmine rice. So I think that's, you might not say it's the best. I know it's not paleo because there's rice in there, but you might say, okay, well, that's a pretty healthy diet for a lot of people, including an omnivore-based style plan. But if you take away the rice, they're really following a more of a paleo-based style plan. So what I think is interesting, that at least over the 8 weeks, following two pretty good diets for vegan-based or paleo-based or whatever you want to call it, more omnivore-based, they did a good job at head-to-head. And at least what they found over this 8 weeks is that if there are cardiovascular risks in your family, potentially type 2 diabetes-based risks in your family, or you're trying to lose more weight, it is maybe more advantageous, if we're going by the research here, to move more towards a plant-based diet. I want to give you a little bit of the shortcomings. They did find that a vegan diet may provide more benefits, again, as we're showing cardiovascularly, but it doesn't necessarily mean that everyone should become vegan or vegetarian. And they found that the twins on the vegan diet had less satisfaction because they felt it was so restrictive. So the flip side is they may not have necessarily been able to maintain this for a longer period of time. So I would say to many people, and this is really what we see in our practice, it's really hard to deny that there's not a lot of benefits to a plant-based diet. It's very difficult by now and heading into 2024 that there's not a lot of benefits, because there are. Again, if you're just trying to stay unbiased, the longest lived people literally in the world have a predominantly plant-based diet. When you're looking at cancer-based research, really strong studies right now showing that the more animal-based meat you eat, potentially the higher levels of IGF-1, the higher levels of other factors that can lead to cancer. Again, I'm not saying that it's exactly correlative or causative, but you can also say the flip side, well, if you eat less isoleucine or eat less of these amino acids, you typically get less cancer. There's no guarantees in life. I'm not saying that. But on the other side, what I would say is this, is that I don't think that we need to completely eradicate meat, fish, eggs, and other animal-based products from our diet. I don't think that we do. The longest lived people in the world, except for one of those locations in Loma Linda, do eat meat and fish and different animal-based sources in their diet. They really do. It just composes a smaller amount of their diet. So what I share with people, if you're looking for longevity purposes, this is not body transformation. I've done many shows on that. You want body transformation? Yes. It's going to be most likely higher on the protein side, lower on the starch side. There's no doubt about that. It's worked now for, hundreds of years. It's going to work for you as well. But I don't think that necessarily translates to longevity. And we just haven't seen that data. And I know that, again, if people are all in on carnivore or they're all in on a gram of protein per pound of body weight, I get it. I understand why you would fight against this type of research, but the research is fairly strong in this direction as well. So as a practitioner who's taken an oath as to first do no harm, my goal with all of my private wellness clients would be, yeah, let's help you transform your body, no doubt about it. Then let's transition for the next 30, 40, 50 years of your life to more plant-based, not all plant-based. If you want to be all plant-based, that's up to you, but more plant-based so that we can enjoy the benefits of both body transformation as well as the longevity and specifically cardiovascular. So I'm going to have you decide what works best for you. I would love to hear your thoughts on this study. Again, try to stay unbiased. Try to keep an open mind. Your nutrition and what you eat on a daily basis is not a religion. It is not this thing that has to have this wild following as this, it can only be this way or not. No, we need to look at the totality of the data and we need to say, what's going to help? And then follow it along with your functional medicine at-home lab testing, along with your blood work to see what's working for your body. And don't be afraid to experiment. Go if you want plant-based or vegan for 12 weeks. Look at your blood work. Look at your numbers. Then try maybe more of an omnivore-based diet. Look at your numbers. Experiment. Actually see what's working for your body. So hopefully this was helpful. I'm going to link up the article as well as the research at stevencabral.com/2888. If you'd like to go, check it out. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Always great having you listen in, be a part of the community. Appreciate you. Do subscribe to the show. We've got big things coming over this next year. Take care. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning into the show. Deeply appreciate you. And to kick off this new year, over at Equilife, we are celebrating with 30% off your first month subscription to any product you would like. And that includes our Fatlocity system. So if you're looking to actually boost your metabolism this year, not just go on a crash diet or over exercise, but actually look at thyroid, adrenals, sleep, and so much more, you'll want to check that out over at stevencabral.com/shop. So over 100 different products, 30% off, your choice, including the Fatlocity system. Check it out right now at stevencabral.com/shop and save 30%.